My name is Havannah Gari, and I am a humanitarian aid worker. I'm also a wife, a sister, a an aunt, and yes. So my riding journey began in 2019 in Uganda. Every single year I was purposeful about what I want to do and to pick up a new hobby. So in 2019, I decided I was going to start riding. And of all places, it had to be Uganda, because if you've ever been to Uganda, you'd know it's like the border capital, and the easiest way to move around is by going on a boda. I was really scared, of course, because being ridden on a boda and actually riding a bike are two very different things. They didn't have any training schools at the time when I started, so I was actually taught by a mechanic how to ride. Scary experience. Fast forward to 2020, I moved back to Kenya during COVID, and I did riding school at Inked Rider here in Nairobi. So I gained some more confidence, and I was still scared to get on the bike. I always knew I wanted to ride. I grew up in Germany, so my father every weekend would take us to the Autobahn. If you've ever been to Germany, you'd know they're beautiful roads designed for beautiful machines. So he'd always take us every single weekend, I guess out of boredom, and he didn't know what to do with 4 children. So he'd take us to just go and watch cars and bikes passing by the Autobahn, and we had to name them. And we'd always say, one day when I grow up, I want to ride a bike, I want to ride a bike, or I want to have this car, you know? And those dreams have been actualized. So here I am today, riding. So yeah, I've been riding since 2019, but actively since 2021. I grew up in a family of teachers. My father, before he became a diplomat, was a teacher, and so was my mother as well. So they're very firm in education. They ensured all of us got really good education, and they always wanted all of us to go through to university. So I've always held dear to education. I can remember like going to flea markets and buying tons and tons of books, and I would finish a 300-page book in like a day. I've always had a passion for reading and just educating the youth. It's something that runs in our family. So the moment I heard about this wonderful journey to help raise money for the Logos Foundation and to be able to empower and educate children, I really jumped for that because it's something that's passionate to my heart. Equally, the youth are our future, so we need to empower them and they need to be well educated, and education is a basic necessity which every single child should actually have access to. So if I can be able to help in any way whatsoever just to raise awareness and to create and to raise money, I would definitely be in for that. I wouldn't say necessarily I've had any challenges with accessing education or through my education. What I would say is that I have had the opportunity to be able to assist others who are less fortunate than myself. I've had the opportunity to get an amazing education through my parents' profession. So I was able to go to really good schools. And I know that that's not possible for every single child out there. So I would like to just be able to give even just a basic education, or to help children access the basic education, which is from first grade up until at least they graduate secondary school. Every single child deserves to have an opportunity to education. Challenges faced is I've seen how other children aren't able to have access to education, and it can really empower a community and a society and the world at large if we have an educated population. Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for education. I'm a humanitarian aid worker, as I mentioned, so I live and I work across refugee camps across Africa for now and South America. So I've been blessed with the education that I received to be able to impart that knowledge down to the refugees and other children who are not able to access education. And I've just been able to see what education can do and the impact it can have on a society and a community and for generations as well. Having to work with refugees and just seeing them being able to be given a different opportunity, a new opportunity to start life, and that life begins with them going to school and them having an education and then being able to give back to the community. So I have been blessed enough and privileged enough to have that opportunity. And the only way for me to give back is to equally make sure that I am able to also touch other children and to gain the opportunity to also have access to education. As I mentioned, I started riding in 2019, and the first thing I told myself is I would love to ride my motorbike around the world. And with this vision of around Africa, it's becoming a reality. I started by doing my first international ride when I was just a year and a half into riding, and my first country that I rode to was back to Uganda, funnily enough, and then to Rwanda because I was working in Rwanda at the time. And I had an opportunity to just get the sense and the feel of the adventure and the learning and just everything that comes with biking, being on the road, all the challenges I had to face. I was happy that I was able to even have the opportunity, the privilege, and just to get to learn so much being on the road. I want to be a part of the Africa tour because not only are we creating an awareness to empower and to educate children from the Logos Foundation, but this will also, in return, also it's going to create a big awareness for other African countries that we're going to be going to, and we hope we're going to make a very big impact for them to equally pick up and do the same and to continue educating their youth in their countries, because an educated youth can empower nations, and that's what we're looking to do. Personally, I feel like I'm excited. What I don't feel, I am excited. I am prepared. I've been doing so many solo and international rides on my own. International may not necessarily be like Europe and Asia, but I've done around Africa. I have done 7 countries on my own. And doing more. And I'm really excited because, first of all, I'm going to get to challenge myself. I know it's no easy feat. It's not been done before to this scale. It'll be a first of its kind. I'm going to be riding with amazing people. I've heard, since I started mentioning this to family and friends about this journey I'm about to embark on, a lot of people will try to put you off and tell you it's not possible. It started from the first time I told my family, hey, I am going to be riding to Rwanda because the mode of transportation in Rwanda is motorbikes, not as much taxis like in Kenya. So I was like, why am I leaving my motorbike here in Kenya and I'm going to be getting on borders in Rwanda? So I flew back and I got back on my motorbike and I rode back with a friend of mine, and I managed to do 1,373 kilometers, and it was amazing, and it just showed myself that it is possible. So 40,000 kilometers may seem very large, but if you break it down from 100 kilometer to 100 kilometer, eventually you're going to get there. I'm really looking forward to just raising an awareness, being on the road, letting people know that it's possible, breaking biases, and letting other people know that nothing is impossible, and if you put your mind to it, you can do it. People think I'm crazy as well, of course, who wouldn't? But I think it's also about pushing yourself and challenging yourself. And if you take something up, my main motto is do it scared. No matter what you do in life, whether you're starting out, you're in the middle, you're approaching the end, you're always going to do it, and you're always going to go into it with a bit of fear. So you might as well just embrace that fear and make something great come out of it. Number one, I say bring it on. And number two, it's all about breaking the bias. We've been told so many times that there's so many things we can't do just because we're female. I'm not here to break a bias to show that we're better than men. Not at all. We're not here to compare that. I'm just here to show that it's possible for any human being, whether you're a female or male, it's possible, because even other men haven't tried to embark on such a journey like this. What I can say is just follow your passion and follow your dream. Everything is possible. As a woman, you face so many other challenges as compared to men. Being on the road, there's the issue of safety. There's the issue of just already being judged on why are you on the road. Are you married? Do you have children? Do you not have somebody in your life? Is the reason you're being on the road. But we're being on the road to also empower the youth. This is where this comes in as well, to empower the youth that anything is possible. I was equally just a girl who was dreaming that one day I'm going to ride a motorbike, I'm going to own my own motorbike, and here I am sitting and talking to you and encouraging you to do the same exact thing. So never let anybody hold you back for your dreams and your ambitions, and the people who actually hold you back are scared of doing it themselves. So let them live vicariously through you, because you rock and you deserve to do it. I'm excited about everything. This just happens to come in a time of my life when I am going through so much. There's so much change that's happening in my life, and I'm just happy to be able to be considered for this opportunity, for this epic, amazing ride around Africa, transversing it on my motorbike, 36 countries, seeing different people, different cultures, meeting different bikers on the road, sharing my experiences with others, and just leaving an impressionable impression on other people, not only young or old or the youth, like everyone, especially when they see females on a motorbike, they're very jazzed, they're very excited, they're very interested and curious to know, how did you get into this profession, into this hobby, and what makes you do what you do. So I'm really looking forward to having amazing conversations with people from all walks of life, exchanging stories, and just welcoming people in my heart as they welcome me into their country. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to making amazing and cementing amazing friendships on this journey as well, with the core riders that I'm going to be riding with, because I'm equally putting a lot of trust with other people, so that we can actually ensure that this ride happens. I know there's going to be so much uncertainty sometimes for different countries on what's going to happen, what's expected, because we have everything planned down on paper, which is perfect. But then once you hit the road, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to just to enhance my skills even more. I'm looking forward to the unknown. If anybody knows me with my riding, I am usually a fan, and not by choice, by falling on sand and mud. So I know we're going to be riding through a few deserts. So I'm looking forward to just challenging myself. The biggest reason for doing this ride as well is challenging myself, and always pushing myself more. Like, I know I have it in me, but how much do I have? And I'll never know until I do it. And like I keep saying, my motto is do it scared. So I'm going to do this scared, but it's not going to stop me from doing it. Definitely calling you to action to support the Logos Endowment Fund, because the children are our future. The youth are our future. We were all once children as well, and somebody gave us an opportunity to access education, to be able to access our dreams, to be able to have opportunities in life. And education is the basic right for every single child. I believe if we educate our children, our youth, we're educating our nation, and we're going to have great leaders, we're going to have open-minded thinkers, we're going to have people who are here for social change and social justice. And I believe every single child should have a right to education. Education is power, education is knowledge. We're not just saying that, it's empowered us to be where we are today. So we're calling upon you with the little that you have, whether it's 100, it's 1,000, it's 10,000, it's tens of thousands. Please, every single penny helps, because it's going towards educating someone and creating a future for them. And once you create a future for them, it's going to be passed on from generations to generations, because a kind heart always remembers and always gives back to its community. So use the details below on the screen, and you can be able to donate there. And also, you educate a child, you educate a nation. So come on, let's do this.
Yeah.